بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. Yesterday we looked at the sutra and it had two purposes, and again the objective was that any disturbance that is likely to occur in the salah of someone, it has been mitigated, it has been addressed. So you place a sutra in front of you when you're performing your sunnats, nafal, etc., especially if you are standing in a place where people are going to go past. Masjid could be very small and you're standing in a place where people have no choice but to pass in front of you. So you put the sutra there so they can pass without any problem. And in addition to that, your own gaze when you're performing salah, when you're standing up in qiyam, it should not go beyond the place of your sajda. And that sutra in a way does help you. That's like a boundary. That is like a boundary. Just on the point of sutra, just to show. So first of all, we need to appreciate, we looked at lots of things which can bring disturbance in our salah, and Sharia has addressed those things. So it's like we're working on the principle of prevention is better than cure. So for example, in wudu, you've been told gargle, you've been told blow your nose, clean your nose before salah. So then in salah, there is no disturbance, you don't have to fiddle about, etc. You're not going to get distracted. There's total khushu in your salah. Your hands, etc. are not moving unnecessarily. So on this principle of prevention is better than cure, when it comes to sutra, Sharia has actually given ijazah to someone to actually stop the person who is going in front of you. So let's say you're praying namaz here in Sufa, you're praying your sunnats, nafal, somebody wants to go past in front of you, they could go behind you, there's plenty of space. They could go straight down and take a right, and meaning there's no need for that person to walk in front of you. Let's say someone did, just couldn't be bothered to take the long route, or even maybe absent-mindedly walked in front of you. Sharia has given you ijazah to repel them. You must have heard of this mas'ala. And Imam Bukhari rahimahullah, in his book, he actually has a chapter on this. And the word he uses in the chapter, that liyarud, which is like what we call in Arabic al-fa'lul amr, a verb which gives a command. So he's implying, Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is implying, this is something you must do. That if somebody is going to walk in front of you and disturb your salah, especially when you've even put a sutra out as well, then you should put your hand out and repel that person. The Hanafi school of thought, generally they say that this is a concession. You've got ijazah to do this, you've got permission to do this, and not doing it, tark, what we call in Arabic, tarkuhu awla. It's better to leave it. For what reason? I said in class to the students, Hanafis are softies. That's what I said. Okay? But for what reason? A potential reason could be, it's going to cause a type of disturbance in your own salah, number one. Number two, the person who's going past, he could get rather, frustrated even more and agitated, and he might do something, escalating the matter further. So Ahnaf, they generally say you have rukhsa, you've got concession, you can do this, but better to leave it. Let bygones be bygones, that type of thing. The other ai including Imam Bukhari rahimahullah, they say no. It's preferable to do this. You should do this. Like Imam Bukhari uses the word that you must do this. that if somebody walks in front of you and they've got plenty of other space to go around, etc., you're praying salah, you will put your hand out. And just on this, I'll just give you a little incident that one Sahabi by the name of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu. His real name is Sa'ad bin Malik, but nobody knows Sa'ad bin Malik. If you say Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu, very familiar name, very familiar name. So he's known by his kunya, very senior Sahabi. He lived for over 60 years, maybe even more, after the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he saw it all. He saw the era of the Khulafai Rashidin, the 30 years of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali radiyallahu anhum. Then Hazrat Muawiyah radiyallahu anhu came for around 20 years. That's 50 years of Khilafah. Then we had pockets of this person, that person from the Umayyads. So he saw it all basically, 60 plus years. I think he passed away in 74 AH. So you can see he lived for a very long time. He also narrates a lot of ahadith as well. He's from the few Sahaba who narrates a lot of ahadith. So there's an incident regarding him that on Friday, what happens is he was performing his sunnats. The person who narrates this incident, he says that رَأَيْتُ أَبَا سَعِيدْ فِي يَوْمِ جُمُعَةٍ يُصَلِّي إِلَى شَيْءٍ يَسْتُرُهُ مِنَ النَّاسِ. So he's performing his sunnats on Friday, on the day of Jumu'ah, and he had something to screen himself from the people, i.e. he must have had some sort of sutra in front of him. He must have had some sort of sutra in front of him. Now what happens is, فَأَرَادَ شَابٌ بِن بَنِي أَبِي مُعَيْث أَنْ يَجْتَازَ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. The word shab means youngster. We will say in our language jagda. Only a jagda is going to do this. Okay, this person, he's not a sahabi. He's most probably a tabi'i, a youngster. Okay, not fully mature yet. What he does is, he couldn't be bothered to go around the sutra. So what he does is, he takes a shortcut right in front of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu. Obviously that was his big mistake that day, as you will see. So what happens is, فَدَفَعَ أَبُو سَعِيدٍ فِي صَدْرِهِ. Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu gave him dafa'a, like a little thump in his stomach to stop him from going. He stopped him as per the instruction in the hadith. As per the instruction in the hadith, as you will see, which Abu Sa'id al-Khudri will narrate himself. And then he continues with his salah. Now this youngster, this jagda basically, he never got the message. He had this sort of attitude where, who does he think he is? As you will see, who does he think he is? And then what he does is, he tries to go again, tries to pass again. The second time, what does Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu do? The hadith, it says that فَدَفَعَهُ أَبُو سَعِيدْ أَشَدَّ مِنَ الْأُولَى. It gives him a thump which is far more stronger and severe than the first one, to stop him going. فَنَالَ مِنْ أَبِي سَعِيدٍ. Now this youngster, he basically says some abusive words to Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu. Maybe something like, I'm not saying he swore at him, but who does he think he is? That type of thing. He mutters those words. And then on top of that, he's very, distressed and angry that, who does he think he is? Hitting me twice. But, to him it's hitting. So he goes and complains to the governor of Medina, who was Marwan at that time, Umayyad governor. And he goes, Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu in that time must have finished his salah, and he follows this youngster out as well. So he's hot on his heels. So as he enters Marwan's office or wherever he is, remember this is happening in Masjid al-Nabawi, Abu Sa'id is following at his heels. And obviously that youngster's made a complaint to Marwan by the time Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu gets there. So as soon as Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu enters, Marwan says to him that, Malaka walibni akhi ya Aba Sa'id. The Arabs, they have a way of speaking. Ibnu akhik means son of your brother, i.e. your nephew. So they refer to generally anyone as Ibn akhik, is to show the ukhuwah, the brotherhood that should be amongst us. So that's exactly what Marwan rahimahullah, he says to Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, what's the matter with you and your nephew? It's not his nephew. This youngster is not his nephew. Ibn Akhiq. It's not his nephew, son of his brother. Rather, it's a term used in everyday communication to show brotherhood, to show compassion. So maybe Marwan, he knows that Abu Sa'id Khudri is a senior Sahabi. Remember, Marwan came long time after the Khulafai Rashid, etc. So this must have been in the latter years of Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu's life. So he knows he's a senior Sahabi. He also knows Abu Sa'id Khudri probably very strong on acting upon the Sunnah, etc. And maybe Marwan already knew why he had repelled this youngster twice. He already knew. So he's trying to probably mitigate the situation by using these words. Anyway, Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu is unfazed. He says to Marwan that I heard Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying that إِذَا صَلَّى أَحَدُكُمْ إِلَى شَيْءٍ يَسْتُرُهُ مِنَ النَّاسِ. When one of you performs salah towards a sutra, you already got a sutra in place. One is you don't put a sutra, and like I said, masjid is small, tiny, you get lots of small masjids, room, etc. There's no real room to pass, and somebody is forced to kind of go in front of you, whatever, because there's no way out. That's a different issue. But you've put a sutra in place, like here, إِذَا صَلَّى أَحَدُكُمْ إِلَى شَيْءٍ يَسْتُرُهُ مِنَ النَّاسِ فَأَرَادَ أَحَدٌ أَن يَجْتَازَ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. And then someone wants to go in front of you, despite sutra being in place. He doesn't go around the sutra, but he still wants to go in front of you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that فَلْيَدْفَعْهُ. He should repel him, stop him. And obviously if you're standing up, you'll do it with your right hand. You won't do it with your left hand, because your right hand is, less movement. If you're trying to take your left hand out, it's more. So you will go like this. So فَلْيَدْفَعْهُ. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said فَإِنْ أَبَى. If that person refuses, i.e. to take the message, and stops in his tracks and tries to find another way, or at least waits. And on the point of waiting, there is a hadith in Bukhari itself that if a person knew the sin of going in front of who is performing his salah, and not keeping a decent gap, like I said the other day, if somebody is paying salah there and somebody goes in past by 2 safs, 2.5 safs, that's fine. 2.5, 3 safs, it's fine basically. Person needs to use their judgment. So if the person going past in front of someone performing salah, if he knew the sin, he would stop there for 40. Now the narrator, he doesn't say 40 what? 40 days, 40 months, or 40 years. The narrator has not said 40 what? He's left, whoever he's narrated this to, he's left him thinking that, is it, even 40 days is a lot. If you found out the sin of going in front of someone, disturbing their salah, cutting through them, you would stop there for 40 days if you had to. If you had to, you'd stop there. Minimum would be 40 days. So coming back to this, the hadith where Abu Sa'id Khudri is telling Marwan that فَإِنْ أَبَى. Then Prophet ﷺ said, if this person refuses to get the message, you've repelled him once, he's basically still insisting to go past, فَإِنْ أَبَى فَلْيُقَاتِلْهُ فَإِنَّمَا هُوَ شَيْطَانٌ. Then, the word yuqatil, qatala yuqatilu means like to fight. Obviously, you're not going to fight in salah, but you're going to repel him with even greater force. Just like Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu did. Second time, he gave him a bit of a stronger thump, basically. Nafals, in fard salah, you try to refrain from this. The other thing is, fard salah, you'll be praying it behind the imam. Very likely somebody is going to be walking in front of you. In nafal salah, sunnah salah, there is slight flexibility. Basically. So, and when I say flexibility, I gave you the example the other day. You are going in your car, you're a passenger, you can read nafal salah. And you don't have to be facing the qibla, you don't have to be standing up. And I said that if you're traveling, etc., on a train, on a plane, etc., one of the first things you should do is, as soon as you sit in your seat, you should have wudu, pray 2 rakats nafal. Salatul Tawbah, Salatul Hajjah, Salatul Shukr, 2, 4, 6, 8. Why not? Before the plane is taking off, pray 2, 4, 6, 8 rakats of nafal. Sharia has given you that concession. Prophet ﷺ, when he would travel, he would read nafal abundantly on his riding animal. Yeah, but not fard salah. Please do remember that. When fard salah time would come, Prophet ﷺ would get off from his animal, face the qibla and perform the salah standing up. You don't have that concession for fard salah. Fard salah has to be read standing up unless you've got a udhr, unless you've got a shari'i udhr basically. So coming back to this hadith, فَإِنْ أَبَى فَلْيُقَاتِلْهُ, he should repel him with even more force. And then Rasulullah ﷺ said, فَإِنَّمَا هُوَ shaitan. This person going in past is described as shaitan, i.e. this is an act which has been inspired by shaitan. We've also looked at this at some point in the last few days somewhere, that things which are of a not so good nature, which are wrong, we attribute them to shaitan. Like Musa alayhi salam, I gave that example, when he slapped the Qibti and he happened to die because of the force of the slap. What did Musa alayhi salam straight away do? He repented to Allah and he said, Hada min amali shaitan. Yaqub alayhi salam, when he tells his son Yusuf that, look, don't go and tell this dream to your brothers. Why? Inna shaitan lil insan aduwwum mubin. Shaitan is our open enemy. Shaitan will put thoughts into the minds of your brothers and he will create enmity, jealousy, etc. Same thing here. This person, this action, it has been inspired by shaitan. And the weaker a person is in his a'mal, weaker a person is in his iman, the more shaitan tries to inspire him. The more shaitan tries to inspire him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to have full concentration and devotion in our salah. And I will just finish off with this, that all of us, we come to the masjid alhamdulillah frequently. We should use common sense. Don't perform your sunnats like near the entrance, near the door, near where people are going to go past. Like in Sufa, we have a problem every day. When it gets full, this Jamaat Khana, we have a problem here every single day. Come here in Asr and you will see, or Maghrib, people, or Dhuhr, people are performing their sunnats in the last one or two safs, especially that corner near the machine. People need to go past. If you've read your fard, they're fine. Just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, do some dhikr. As it clears a bit, move towards that way. Don't just jump up straight away to perform your sunnats. People are going to go past. Now, you're praying sunnats there and people are hovering around. Okay, there could be no sutra. There's only 3 sutras here, not enough. So people are hovering around you. That itself is a distraction for you. It's pressure on you that, people are waiting. I'm the obstacle basically, and it's going to force you to rush your salah. It's going to force you to rush your salah. Just wait 2-3 minutes. The other problem is that, our entrance is there. After it gets full up, the people who come late, they stand in that corner there. And if they've missed 2-3 rakats or 1 rakat, they stand up after salah. For some reason, there's some people, as soon as Imam says salah, they feel that they need to leave. And then they all go there, crowd around, and then, there's a proper drama there every day. Somebody's looking for the sutra to put in front, so these guys can quickly rush out. After salah, just wait for 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes, do your dhikr. And I'll just conclude with this mas'ala. When a person has done salam, and his chest has not moved from the qibla, he's still connected to his salah. He is still connected to his salah. That's why this is a mas'ala, tablighi mas'ala, okay? That, in days gone by, when you used to go in Jamaat, they used to tell you, the elders would tell you that if you're going to make an announcement, i'lan after salah, after Imam has done salam, wait for 15-20 seconds. Yeah, usually the guy who's got i'lan and is new in Jamaat, bichara itlu tension ho, ito ajuda Imam jo second salam karta ho, he'll jump up. Am I right, Harun? Yeah, he'll jump up bichara. A tashahud maj, he's practicing his i'lan basically. Yeah, you should wait 15-20 seconds. The reason is, I'll tell you, you're still connected to your salah. And I'll give you a really good example. Let's say you were praying your salah by yourself. Okay, you're praying sunnats, nafal, whatever, and you have to do sajda sahwa. Let's say you're reading 4 sunnats of dhuhr, and after 2 rakats you forgot to sit down and you stood up. So you continue, you don't come back down again, you continue. At the end you will do sajda sahwa. So what happens is, you've sat down at the end, you've read your tashahud, durud sharif, dua after durud sharif. and then you were supposed to do sajda sahwa after tashahud and do salam, you forgot. But after you've read dua after durood sharif, after you've even done salam, I had to do sajda sahwa. You can still do your sajda sahwa as long as you've not moved away from qibla, you've not talked, you've not done anything which is against salah basically. You can still do your sajda sahwa. Even though you've done both salam, you're still connected to your salah. Do you get the point I'm making? So same thing, after you finish your salah, you can't just be with Allah, next minute, boom, you're gone. Allah, bye, do some dhikr. You should have a list of things. Read Ayatul Kursi, do istighfar, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, tasbih. Make a short dua. In that time, those guys who are praying their missed rakats, believe me, they will have finished. They're not going to take long. They're not going to take long. But what is happening is at least 20, 30, 40 people are getting up and trying to leave. So these are common sense things. Don't pray your salah in the last rows, your nafal sunnat. Don't pray it near the entrance, etc. Because you're just going to cause disturbance in your own salah. May Allah give us the ability to act upon what has been said. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika.